guys, welcome to the new video wherein we'll be talking about Deloitte Aptitude questions and answers. So we had been getting a lot of requests from a lot of students to come up with a video on Deloitte Aptitude questions and answers, and here we are with one video for you guys. So guys, before I start the video, top 3 commenters on this video to get free access to newly launched Prep Insta Prime. So keep commenting on the video so that you do not miss out the chance on getting the free subscription to our newly launched Prep Insta Prime, right? Apart from that, guys, 30 plus companies would start hiring soon. We recently updated about Adobe, Cisco is supposed to hire soon, Infosys has started hiring, and there are a lot more companies which are coming very, very soon. So make sure you're a part of all our social media handles, that is Instagram, Discord, Facebook, WhatsApp and Telegram. The link to which is given in the description of the video. Make sure you don't miss out on any of them because our team, right? Sometimes the Instagram does it, sometimes the Telegram team does it. So it is necessary to join all of them. And last but not the least, guys, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on to the bell icon as well. So let us not waste any more time here and start with the question. So here's the first question on your screen, which says, if the sum of squares of two numbers is 2754 and their HCF and LCM are 9 and 135 respectively, then the numbers are. So I hope you are aware of the formula, right? The important formula for LCM and HCF. There is one, right? So take a pause here, guys. I hope you have a pen and paper right next to you. So start solving this, pause the video and play the video back when you have the solution for the same. Alright guys, so I am given that the sum of the squares of the two numbers is 2754. Let's say the numbers are x and y. So what would be the sum of the squares? So x square plus y square is given to me as 2754. Their LCM and HCF are 9 and 135 respectively. So guys, I know that the product of the two numbers, that is x into y, is nothing but product of the LCM and HCF. This is a very important formula in LCM and HCF. Okay, if that is the case, so what would be xy, guys? LCM, so HCF is 9, LCM is 135. So that would give me xy is equal to 1215. XY is 1215. Now I know that, guys, x plus y whole square can be written as x square plus y square plus 2 times x y, right? So what is x square plus y square? That is nothing but 2754 from here and 2 times of xy. So that would be 2 times of 1215. So 2430, which is nothing but 5184. So x plus y whole square is 5184, guys. So 5184 is nothing but 72 whole square. So that means x plus y is nothing but 72. What am I supposed to find? I'm supposed to find the two numbers. So guys, either you can use this equation from here, xy is 1215, x plus y is 72. You can substitute and find your answer, or you can quickly do it by looking into the options. When I add both the options in A, so 27 plus 36, right? This 27 plus 36 would give me something less than 72. Again, same for 27 and 35. 28 plus 45 would give me 73. 27 and 45 would give me 72. So that means my correct answer would be option number D, that is 27 and 45. So guys, I keep on repeating this a lot of time. It's not always important that you solve it. It's sometimes very useful by, checking through the options. Sometimes, cross-checking the options make the question even easier, right? Which is something that I keep on saying on my YouTube videos or in the courses that we have on Prime, because solving questions fast and smartly is very important in exams like Deloitte, especially because you have more number of questions and less amount of time. Okay. Coming to the second question, guys, which says 20% of the voters did not cast their vote in an election between two candidates. 20% of the votes polled were found invalid. The successful candidate got 54% of the valid votes and won by a majority of 5120 votes. Find the total number of voters enrolled on the voter list. So an interesting question from percentages, guys. I would suggest you to pause it here and start solving this on your own. Okay. So guys, for such questions, when you have percentage of some percentage of some percentage, what I personally do is creating a flow chart, creating a chart which helps me understand things better, or a better classification of all the values. So let us say the total voters were 100%. Okay. Out of this 100%, when I read the first line, 20% of the voters did not cast their vote. 20% did not cast their vote. Let me write no cast. So 80% casted their vote, right? 20% of the voters polled were found invalid. So now this 20% voters polled were found invalid. Cannot be of this case because they did not even cast. So we have to now move on to the right hand side of the flow chart. So out of this 80% guys, 20% were invalid. So 80% were valid. 20% of what percentage were invalid, guys? 20% of 80% were invalid. What is 20% of 80? 20 into 80 by 100, it's 16%. So 16% were invalid. Similarly here, 64% were valid votes. Now, the successful candidate got 54% of the valid votes. So invalid, it's gone now. Out of these valid votes, the successful candidate got 54% of the vote. So the rest would have got what percentage of the vote, guys? 46% of the votes. Yes, that is it. Now, moving on to the next part, so it says the successful candidate got 50% of the 54% of the valid votes and won by a majority of 5120 votes. What is the majority here, guys? What do you mean by majority? Majority is the additional votes that he got actually, right? If they get equal number of votes, both would have won or it was draw. Majority means what percentage of votes the successful candidate got from the one who lost the elections. So that was 54 minus 46, so 8% votes. Right? What is this difference of 8%, guys? What is this difference of 8%? This 8% is for this 64, right? The successful candidate got 8% more votes out of this 64% valid votes, right? What is that? 8% of 64. How much would be that? That would be 5.12. Because 64 into 8 is 512 divided by 100. So 5.12% of the whole total votes, right? Because this 64, right? This 64 you have calculated that 80% of 80. So this 64 is of this 100. This 8% is of this 64. So now we have calculated this 8% of the 64. So that means 5.12% of the total number of votes was the majority for the successful candidates, considering the no cast, invalid and everything now, because we already converted all the percentages with respect to this 100%. Because see, 64% of 80% of 80 we got it 64, and then 8% of 64 we already got 5.12%. So guys, this 5.12% was nothing but 5120 votes. This 5.12% extra votes that he got was nothing but 5120 votes. So what were 100% of the total voters, guys? Total number of voters who enrolled on the voter list. 5120 divided by 512 into 100. So that would be nothing but 1 lakh. I hope you got it right. So correct answer is option number B in this case. Moving on to the next question, a question from ratio and proportions in terms of savings, income and expenditure. The saving of an employee is equals to income minus expenditure, that we already know, right? Income minus expenditure is the saving. If the income of ABC is in the ratio 1:2:3, expenses is 3:2:1, what is the order of ABC in the increasing order of the size of their savings? Interesting question, not a very tough question. Can you guys start solving it? There is a little trick in this particular question which we'll definitely see when we are solving this, right? So pause the video guys and start solving it. Okay. So guys, the savings are in the ratio, so A is to B is to C. The savings are in the ratio 1:2:3. The expenditure is in the ratio 3:2:1. Sorry, my bad. The income is in the ratio 1:2:3. The expenditure is in the ratio 3:2:1. So what would be the savings for A, guys? What would be the savings for A? What is the income? 1:2:3 ratio, right? So what would be the income of A? 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is 6. This is the income minus the expenditure. What is the expenditure, guys? Would you call it 3 by 3 plus 2 plus 1, that is 6? Is that the answer, guys, for savings? So that would be minus 2. So this income is more than the expenditure. That is not the case here. The expense ratio is this. Of what? Of what do you spend, guys? You spend out of your income, right? So the expense ratio is basically 3/6 part of his income. That is 1/6. Are you getting it? A little tricky, right? This is the income. This is the expense ratio. Expense ratio is nothing but of the income, right? If they would say the expenses are 3:2, on what basis? The expenses are based on the income of a person. So the expenses were in the ratio 3:2:1 of their income. So 1/6. So gone as 2. 1/6 minus 1/12 is nothing but 1/12. Savings of B. B would be 2 by 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6 minus 2/6 of what? 2/6. So that would be nothing but 2/6 into 1 minus 2/6 is 4/6. That is nothing but 2/9. What is the savings for C then? Savings for C would be 3/6 minus 1/6 into 3/6. That is nothing but 3/6 into 1 minus 1/6 is 5/6. Gone 2 times, so 5/12. So what is the savings ratio for A to B to C? Savings ratio for A to B to C is, guys, 1/12 is to 2/9 is to 5/12. Okay. What would be the LCM for 12 and 9, guys? 36. So let me multiply. So let me make the denominators 36 in all the cases. So I can write it 3/36. I can write it 8/36. And I can write it 15/36. So whose income is highest? Savings is highest. C's income is savings is highest, then B and then A. So it is C, B, A. That is option number D. Yes? Okay. Moving on to the next question, a question from ages, which says, Rohit's present age is 2/5 of the age of his elder sister Radha. After 7 years, he'll be 2/3 of the age of Radha. How old is Radha at present in years? Some typo, right? Ignore this D here. Seems weird, but yeah, just ignore it. So guys, pause the video and start solving it on your own. Alright, Rohan's present age is 2/5 of the age of his elder sister Radha. So let's say Rohan's age is what? 2/5 of his sister says, I'm not writing R for Radha, I'm writing S for sister. So this is present, right? So I can write it, so R is to S is nothing but 2:5. This is their ratio of their ages, present ratio. Okay. After 7 years, he'll be 2/3 of the age of Radha. So after 7 years, can I say the ratio would be R would be equal to 2/3 of Radha? So I can write it R is to S is nothing but 2:3. Okay. What you guys can do is, the normal way of solving this question is assume R's age to be X. So if you assume, Radha's age, so you would get R's age and then subtract 7 from both of them, you would get another equation, solve the equation for X and you would get your answer. But in our Prep Insta Prime, and I'll be also taking it here, so we use the standard formula, which is one single formula to get all your answers real quick. That is nothing but C minus D into T upon AD minus BC. This is the ratio. So this is A, B, this is C, and this is D. Just try to put everything in the formula and then I'll also explain. C minus D is what? C minus D would be -1, mod of -1 is 1 into time. What is the time difference? Present and 7 years, so 7. AD, A into D, 2 into 3, right? 6 minus B into C is 5 into 2, that is 10. Mod of 6 minus 10, that is 4. So I'd get 7/4 from here. So 7/4 is the ratio factor is what you can call it. So what would be the present age of Radha? Radha's present age would be nothing but, what was the ratio for Radha at present? 5 into what was this ratio? 7/4. So Radha's present age would be nothing but 35/4, which is 8.75 years. Right? Either you can use X or Y. So guys, this is a very standard formula, right? Wherein if you are calculating it for present and future, you assume present to be AB and future to be CD. Whatever ratio you get, you just multiply. So you need the present age, so you multiply with the present age ratio. Similarly, if you are given about present and past, so you put A and B as the past and C and D as the present and you get the past age ratio, right? That is how you use this formula. Maybe in the future, I'll take another examples on the present past ratio or the past and the future one as well, but I cannot do all of them in the same. But yes, I've definitely done that. We have definitely done that in our Prep Insta Prime courses for sure. So there's a detailed lecture on all the short tricks for finding the ages real quick. So this took me hardly 5-7 seconds to calculate it, guys. I had to write everything to explain you, right? But if I have to do it in the exam, I would not write all this, right? If I practice already, why would I write all this? I can just orally do it, put it in the formula and get my answer in real 4-5 seconds. Okay, moving on to the next question, a little easier now. A street seller bought sweet corn for rupees 40 per kg. In 1 kg, there are approximately 6 heads of corns. He sells them for rupees 10 per piece. How many corns should he sell in order to make a profit of rupees 150 in a day? So guys, before you start solving this question, now, let me tell you a very important thing. You can easily solve the questions. Even the last question that we saw on ages, you can actually solve that question, but you take 30-40 seconds to solve this question. But the way the smarter tricks were used, you were able to solve it quickly, right? So time is a very important factor in aptitude, logical, verbal, or any aptitude based exam that you would be giving for any particular company, especially for Deloitte and other companies as well. So we on prepinsta.com, we have a lot of analytics wherein they show you how much time you take to solve you took while solving the question. And let's say there are 1 lakh other persons who are solving that particular quiz from Deloitte, right? So their time would also be recorded. So we show you analytics, the compared analytics, which will give you an idea that what percent of the students who solved that same particular question took time greater than you, and what percent of the students were able to solve this question even quicker than you, right? So if the number of students are solving it quicker than you is higher, that means you are doing something wrong, you need to improve on the formula, you need to improve on the short trick or maybe the calculations. So we show you a lot of interesting analytics based on questions, based on quizzes, and then the aptitude section or the logical, the verbal, and then overall the company as well. So you get your analytics based, and then finally you get your percentile score. So that percentile score gives you an idea on to where do you actually stand in the competition. Are you even there in the competition, or you are lagging behind? So very, very important. And with our Prepinsta Prime subscription, you actually get free access to prepinsta.com as well, of entire dashboards, entire company specific courses that we have on prepinsta.com. So my team would just play a quick video to show you how the analytics looks like and how they actually work, right? So here's a quick video coming up for you. Okay, so guys, I hope you liked the video. So let's start solving this question now. A street seller bought sweet corn for rupees 40 per kg. Rupees 40 per kg. In 1 kg, there are approximately 6 heads of corns, right? So guys, let me write it this way. He bought 1 kg. In 1 kg, we have 6 heads of corn. So for 6 corns, how much did he pay? He paid 40 rupees. That is the cost price. He bought 6 corns for 40 rupees because in 1 kg, we get 6. He sells them for rupees 10 per piece. So for 1, the selling price is 10. So for 6, what would be the selling price, guys? 60. So what is the profit, guys? The profit is rupees 20 per 6 pieces, right? So when he's selling 6 pieces, is making a profit of rupees 120. He has to make a profit of 150 in a day. So to make rupees 150 profit, he has to sell 6 upon 20 into 150 pieces. Simple. See, the solution is now is very simple now, because you now know how I solved it. I calculated it for 6, converted it to selling price for 6, and then I equated, got my profit percentage from there. But if you actually have lesser idea onto that, that would become really tough for you. And you take actually a lot of time. You would assume the prices, you would calculate the percentages, a lot of calculations. So now this became very easy, right? So 16 5s are 90. 90 by 2 is nothing but 45 pieces is what he needs to sell to make a profit of 150 rupees in a day. Moving on to the next question, a question from Time and Work. Grace is twice as efficient as Gary, and Gary is twice as efficient as Guna, who can finish a job alone in 24 days. If Grace, Gary and Guna work on alternate days, with Gary starting first, in how many days will the job finish? You can pause the video here and start solving this on your own. Okay. So let us see how my part of the solutions to this question look like. So Guna can complete the work in 24 days. Yes. If Guna can complete the work in 24 days, Gary is thrice as efficient as Guna. So she would take 3 times less. She would complete the work 3 times faster. So she would complete it in 8 days. Because 24 divided by 3 is 8. And then the last one is Grace. So Grace can complete it so Grace is twice as efficient as Gary, right? So she would be able to do it in 4 days. 24, 8 and 4 days. Thrice as efficient, Grace is twice as efficient as Gary. So, okay. So guys, what I actually do here is calculating the whole unit of work and then finding out the units completed in a day. That is the chocolate method. So 24, 8 and 4. What would be the LCM for 24, 8 and 4? 24. So let me consider that the total amount of work is 24 units. So guys, Guna would be completing how much work in a day? 1 unit per day. Similarly, Gary, total amount of work is 24 units. She can complete the work in 8 days. So every day she is completing 3 units per day. And Grace, 4 days, 24 units. So she is able to complete 6 units per day. Right? So I got this now. If Grace, Gary and Guna work on alternate days with Gary starting first, in how many days will the job finish? Right? So Gary is starting. Grace, Gary and Guna work on alternate days with Gary starting first. Right? Okay. So Gary, let's say she is starting the day 1. She has started the work. How much work would she complete? 3 units. Yes, she would complete 3 units. And let's say we don't know second day. So this is day 1, day 2 and day 3. Let's say we don't know who would come. Guna would come or Grace would come. Day 2, let's say, just considering, let's say Guna would come. So she would complete 1 unit. And let's say the third day, Grace would come. She would complete 6 units. Yes. So how much amount of work? So day 1, day 2, day 3. How much total? 3 days. So this is 1 cycle. How much work would be completed? 10 units. 10 units of work would be completed. Yes? Now, how much is the total work? 24 units. So 3 days is 1 cycle. Cycle 1. In cycle 2, again the same thing would happen. Again 10 units of work would be completed. How many days would have been completed till then? 6 days. And in 6 days the amount of work completed would be 20 units. Okay. So 20 units is completed in 6 days. How much work is left? 4 units. 4 units of work is left. Right? Who would come and work first, guys? If Grace, Gary and Guna work on alternate days with Gary starting first, in how many days will the job finish? So guys, what I would do here is, to make the calculations easy, and I think I have done that same thing as well. Let us interchange it a bit and let me make it a little easier for you to understand. Let us make it Grace. Let's say Grace is starting first. Right? If Grace is starting first, everything would remain the same till here. Cycles would remain the same, right? Let's say this would be 6 first. This would be 6 first and then 1 or 3, any one of them. So anyways, 10 units, 10 units. Now 4 units is left. One cycle is completed. Grace is starting. So if 1 cycle, 2 cycle is completed, in the 3rd cycle, who would come to work on the first day? Grace would come. Grace would come on the 7th day to complete how many units of work? 6 units of work. Grace in a day can complete 6 units of a work already. So how much time would she take? 4 by 6 of the day. That is 2/3 of the day on 7th day. So how many total days are required to complete the work, guys? 6 days plus 2/3 of a day. That is 6, 2 by 3 days. I hope you got the answer. So there was a little typo as well. This should have been Grace already. So the answer is 6, 2 by 3. So these are the alternate days based work, guys, wherein it is always suggested to take the chocolate method here so that your calculations become little easier. You know, units of work completed in a day could be for 2, 3, 4 persons, and there would be a cycle. Here they did not mention the cycle very properly because they gave it who's starting the work. They did not give who's completing the work, because anyways it was understood enough. I mean, 2 cycles were completing properly. So there was no such issue. In some cases, they'll also tell you who would come first, who would come second, who would come third. So that would also be given to you very clearly in the question. Okay. Another question, guys. So before we start this question, guys, we had been talking about Prep Insta Prime. So let me just show you a quick walkthrough of how Prep Insta Prime looks like. So here's the whole new Prep Insta Prime for you guys. So on Prep Insta Prime, what we have for you, we have the popular skills like AI, cybersecurity, ethical hacking, big data, AWS cloud, right? We have popular languages like C, C++, Java, Python. We have coding, right? So even if you're a mechanical or civil student, we have a course like basic coding for you. For someone like ECEEE, we have intermediate coding, considering you know a little bit of it already. And then we have competitive coding for computer science and IT students, data structures in C, C++. So we have a course for everyone in coding, from any branch or any stream or any prior knowledge you have. We have a different course for you. Aptitude, we have quants, logical, verbal, DI, visual reasoning, crypto, essay writing, game-based aptitude. So all the unique topics as well, which are asked in any of the exams, are already available. All the platform-based courses are already available on Prep Insta Prime, be it any First Naukri, Mine, Atomy, Hacker, Earth, Metal, CodeCube, AMCAT, Elitmus, everything is available. Companies like service-based companies like TCS, NQT, Digital, Gency, Cognizant, Capgemini, everything is, so Deloitte is already there, right? A course on Deloitte is already available. I'll just show you what are the contents of that as well. Product-based companies like Microsoft, Goldman, Amazon, Cisco, Oracle, and a lot more other product-based companies. Interview preparation courses like GD, HR, Puzzles, Resume, GitHub. So this is unique topic as in some of the companies like ZS or Mu Sigma or Bank of America. We have courses for guesstimates and case study as well. We have a lot of cool projects for you guys, which you can actually work upon in real time. We have the codes given to you. We have the data files given to you. You can do these codes in real time and also make a use of them while in your interview. Computer science subjects like OS, DBMS, HDLC, SQL, computer networks, right? Automata, fix, pseudocode. And the best part is, guys, the interview, right? So the interview for Deloitte is a little unique, right? They take care of a very minute things in the Deloitte interview. So we have real-time short interview experiences for you guys, wherein candidates who prepared from Prep Insight got placed in TCS or let's say Deloitte. They got placed in Deloitte, so they shot their real-time interviews with us, right? So we just try to replicate the entire scenario in our video, wherein you'd be able to identify what are the questions that have been asked, what are the pointers on which you have been judged, what are the exact number of questions, which were the type of questions which the interviewer was asking, right? So you would get a whole total idea onto that. So guys, with all the skills that you complete, you get certifications from Prep Insta for all the skills that you complete, right? Let's say you complete 4-5 skills on Prep Insta, you get certificates for 4-5 skills. Not only that, you also get TCS remote internship certificate, right? Which is an add-on from us. You don't have to pay anything. You have the Prep Insta Prime subscription. So you get TCS remote internship certificate with the 1 year, 3 year and 2 year subscriptions, or the 18 months one as well, right? Okay. So talking about the price points, guys. So the prices currently, it's a launch offer, and 3 months it's 2499, 6 months it's 3499, 12 months it's 4499. Likewise for 18 months, 24 months, 36 4 months, and 48 months, we have courses or time span for all of you, right? If you're a first year student, second year, third year, if you're just preparing for placements for 2-3 months, we have a different plan or a package for you, right? So make sure you guys go and check that out once the link is there in the description of the video, right? So moving back to our question, guys, find out the total number of factors of the number 6222. Okay. So guys, to find the number of factors of any number, there is a very standard way of doing it. So I have to prime factorize the number in terms of this: a to the power p into b to the power q into c to the power r and so on. What is a, b and c? Are prime factors. So what would be the total number of factors? The total number of factors would be nothing but p plus 1 into q plus 1 into r plus 1 and so on. If there are multiple prime factors, this could be multiple. So 6, 2, 2, 2. Right? Let us prime factorize it. Right? And then 1037, guys, I've already calculated that. So 17 times it would gonna give you 61. Let me cross check that as well. Right? Okay. So 6222 can be written as 2 to the power 1 into 3 to the power 1 into 17 to the power 1 into 61 to the power 1. If that is the case, can you find the number of factors now? This is P, Q, R, S. So 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. So 2 to the power 4 is nothing but 16 is your answer. So this is a very standard and a very unique way of finding the total number of factors of any particular number. So make sure you just remember this, and whenever the number of factors are asked to you, you're able to get your answer. There are a lot of such different things, right? You have to find the remainders, you have to find the HCF or LCM or anything that you have to do on number systems. We have special videos. So guys, any standard topic, any small trick, any small formula that I've used here, everything was already covered in our Prep Insta Prime courses, and I was just able to use 2-3% of what we could actually cover in 60, 70, 80 hours of course that we have on Prep Insta Prime, especially for aptitude, right? So definitely there are a lot of things that you can learn. There are a lot of new things. So make sure you go and check out Prep Insta Prime for one course. That would be really helpful for you for your exams. Okay. Talking about the next question, guys, which says Rohit Sharma played well this season. His current batting average is 38. Do you think that's good? It's okay. If he scores 78 runs in today's match, his batting average will become 42. How many matches has he played in this season? Can you pause the video here and start solving this? Okay, guys. So what a lot of you might have done is, let's say the number of matches he played was X. So his average was 38. So total runs he scored was 38x. And then today he will score, so plus 78, you would find the average, you would do a lot of other things. That is how normal people solve this particular question. But I hate when people solve it this way, because this is very lengthy and very messy way of solving this question. I have a very interesting way of solving this particular question here for you. His average was 38. Listen to me very carefully, because the solution is based on words that I use here. If he scores 78 runs in today's match, 78. So guys, tell me one thing. Let's say he scores 38. What if he scores 38 runs in today's match? Let's say he scores 38 today. So if he scores 38, he'd be able to maintain his average, because his average is 38. And if he scores 38 today, his average would still be the same. So he scored 40 more than the average, 40 extra runs. This 40 extra runs contributed in the average. How? Because of this 40 extra runs, his average improved from 38 to 42. Right? If you would have scored 38, his average would have still be 38. He scored 42. He scored 78. So that is 40 extra than his average. So for this 40 extra that he scored, he was able to improve his average by 4 runs in a match. So for 40 runs, his average improved by 4 runs. So that means how many matches has he played totally, including today's match? 40 runs, 4 is the average. So that means 10 matches, including today's one. I hope you are able to get it. His average improved by 4 when he played 40 matches. So let us say he played 10 matches, including today's one. But the question is, how many matches has he played in this season? So he has played 9 already. One is what he would play and where he's supposed to score 78. So he has played 9 matches already in this season. So this is a very smart and a quicker way of solving this particular question, right? Okay guys, so that's all we had. So top 3 comments on this video to get free access to newly launched Prep Insta Prime. So make sure you go and keep commenting, right? Apart from that guys, 30 plus companies would start hiring soon and will post all such updates on our below handles, that is Instagram, Discord, Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram. So make sure you go and check all of them once for sure, right? Apart from that guys, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on to the bell icon. So guys, now let me also show you what are the contents of our Deloitte course that we already. So you buy Prep Insta Prime subscription, you get access to all the courses, you get access to Deloitte as well, you get access to prepinsta.com as well for your analytics, right? So okay, let me show you Deloitte here. So Deloitte, it's already been here. So you get aptitude, logical, verbal, the version test, interview preparation, CSIT, everything that is needed is already there on our Deloitte course for the preparation. So everything is there on Prep Insta Prime, right? So I'll just quickly show you the prices for them. So guys, for one single subscription that you are taking, you are getting skills, you are getting coding, you are getting interview experiences, you are getting interview preparation courses, you are getting projects, you are getting aptitude, logical, verbal and everything. You are getting certifications from Prep Insta, certifications from TCS, just at a price of 2499 for 3 months, 3499 for 6 months, 4499 for 12 months, 4999 for 18 months, and so on, right? So make sure you guys go and check that out once. So now guys, to give you an idea on to how the videos or how the courses look like from inside, the team would just play a quick trailer for you, which have, you know, small parts of all the courses that we have on Prep Insta, to give you a fair enough idea on to the quality of the course and the content of the course, right? The quality that we actually give you with your Prep Insta Prime subscription. So here's a trailer coming for you.